There is a room buried in Georgia that is over 1,000 years old. Not a room anyone built, above ground, and then buried. A room that was constructed underground. From the beginning, circular, plastered smooth, with a raised clay platform, in the shape of a bird, built into the floor. The roof collapsed centuries ago. Archaeologists rebuilt it, using the original clay ridge as their guide. You can walk into it today. You can stand in the center of a ceremonial chamber that was last used for its intended purpose. Around 1000 AD, and the question of what that purpose was has never been completely answered. The room is called the Earth Lodge. It is one of the oldest intact ceremonial structures in North America. But it is not what makes Ocmulgee strange. What makes Ocmulgee strange is everything around it, a complex of mounds, earthworks, and landscape modifications that documents 17,000 years of continuous human occupation at a single location on the Ocmulgee River in Georgia. Not 1,700 years, 17,000. The longest continuously documented human occupation site in the eastern United States. Ocmulgee sits in Macon, Georgia, on a terrace above the Ocmulgee River. The site encompasses over 700 acres, though only a portion is protected as a national monument. The visible earthworks include the Great Temple Mound, the Lesser Temple Mound, the Funeral Mound, the Trading Post Mound, and the Earth Lodge, all built during what archaeologists call the Mississippian period, roughly 900 to 1150 AD. But those mounds sit on top of a landscape that people had been coming to for thousands of years before the Mississippian builders arrived. The archaeological sequence at Ocmulgee is unlike almost anywhere else in North America. Paleo-Indian hunters were using this terrace as early as 17,000 years ago, some of the oldest documented human presence in the eastern United States. After them came Archaic period communities, then Woodland period peoples, then Swift Creek culture, then the Mississippian builders, who constructed the mounds, and then the Creek people, who maintained the site as a sacred location, into the historic period. Each layer of use did not erase the previous, they accumulated the same location, attracting human attention across 17 millennia for reasons that changed with each culture, but never stopped being sufficient to bring people here. The Great Temple Mound is the most visible feature, a flat-topped platform mound, rising 55 feet above the surrounding landscape, with a base covering approximately 3 acres. At its peak of use, around 1000 AD, a structure stood on the summit. The temple whose name the mound now carries. Nothing of that structure survives above the surface. What survives is the mound itself, and the views from the top, the same 360-degree perspective over the Ocmulgee River Valley that whoever stood at the summit of the original temple would have commanded. The funeral mound tells a different story. Over its period of use, it received the burials of an estimated 500 individuals, from simple intimates with minimal grave goods to elaborate burials surrounded by copper, shell, and ceramic objects that indicate high status within the community hierarchy. The range of burial treatments documented at the funeral mound gives archaeologists a window into the social structure of the people who built Ocmulgee, a society with clear distinctions between individuals based on birth, achievement, or both, but also a society that buried its dead with enough care and material to suggest that the relationship between the living and the dead was not simply practical. The Earth Lodge is the feature that most visitors remember longest. It was built around 1000 AD, a deliberately underground structure, circular, approximately 42 feet in diameter, with a plastered clay floor and a raised platform running around the interior wall. that could seat approximately 50 people. At the center of the floor, facing the entrance, is the bird effigy platform, a raised clay structure in the shape of a bird or eagle form with 3 seats built into it. The bird effigy is where interpretation becomes genuinely difficult. The eagle was the most important symbolic creature in Mississippian cosmology, representing the upper world, the sky realm, the power of the sun, and its presence as a raised platform in what is clearly a council or ceremonial chamber, suggests something specific about what this room was for. But suggests something specific is the honest boundary of what the physical evidence allows researchers to say. The room was used for ceremony or council. Important individuals sat in the 3 seats of the bird effigy platform. What was decided or performed there is not recorded in any surviving document. The Mississippian people who built Ocmulgee arrived around 900 AD from somewhere to the west, a population movement that archaeologists can trace through the sudden appearance of a new ceramic style, a new mound building tradition, and new agricultural practices at the Ocmulgee location. This was not a gradual evolution from the previous Swift Creek culture. This was a replacement or an arrival, people with a fully developed Mississippian cultural tradition who established themselves on the Ocmulgee Terrace and began building within a generation of their arrival. Where they came from is debated. The ceramic and mound building parallels point west and south toward the Gulf Coast, toward the lower Mississippi Valley, toward the broader Mississippian world that was consolidating across the American South in this period. What brought them specifically to this terrace on the Ocmulgee River is not documented. What the site offered, a well-drained terrace above a reliable river, a location with commanding views in every direction, already sanctified by thousands of years of human use, was clearly sufficient. The Mississippian occupation of Ocmulgee lasted approximately 250 years, from around 900 to 1150 AD. Then the site was abandoned by the Mississippian builders. Not destroyed, not suddenly depopulated. The mound construction stopped, the intensive ceremonial use of the Great Temple Mound and the Earth Lodge appears to have ceased, and the people moved. Why they left is the question. The archaeological record that Ocmulgee raises, without fully answering, environmental evidence, documents a period of drought in the southeast in the early 12th century that would have stressed the agricultural systems the community depended on, population pressure, the internal tensions of a growing chiefdom without expanding resources is another factor researchers consider. Political reorganization within the broader Mississippian world may have redirected population toward other centers. What the evidence shows is a site that was built intensively over 250 years, then left and then gradually reoccupied in later centuries by Creek peoples who recognized the location as significant without necessarily understanding everything the earlier builders had done there. The Creek connection is important and often overlooked. The Muskogee Creek people, who occupied the region in the historic period, maintained Ocmulgee as a sacred location, connected to their own origin traditions. Creek oral history places the emergence of the Muskogee people at a location on the Ocmulgee River, a tradition that researchers have connected to this site, suggesting that the Creek may be in some sense the cultural descendants of the Mississippian builders rather than unrelated arrivals, who simply found abandoned mounds in the landscape. That connection between the Mississippian builders and the historic Creek people is one of the most significant and least resolved questions in the archaeology of the American Southeast. If the Creek are the cultural descendants of the Ocmulgee Mississippians, then the site is not the ruin of a vanished civilization. It is the ancestral home of a people who still exist, who were removed from it by the Indian Removal Act of 1830, and who maintain a formal relationship with the site today through the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma. The Muskogee Nation has been actively involved in the management and interpretation of Ocmulgee in recent decades, including a long-running effort to expand the protected area into a full national park, which Congress approved in 2023 as the Ocmulgee Mounds National Historical Park. Ocmulgee became a national monument in 1934, one of the first major Native American sites to receive federal protection. The expansion to national park status in 2023 represented a significant shift in how the federal government was willing to treat the site's indigenous significance, not simply as a collection of prehistoric artifacts, but as the ancestral homeland of a living people. Here is what the site actually contains. A ceremonial chamber built underground in 1000 AD that you can walk into today, a platform mound 55 feet tall, whose summit gives you the same view of the Ocmulgee River Valley that the people who built it saw 1,000 years ago. A funeral mound containing 500 individuals whose burial goods document a society complex enough to differentiate its members by status across multiple generations. A 17,000-year sequence of human occupation at a single location that represents one of the longest documented human relationships with a specific place in the eastern United States. And underneath all of it, beneath the Mississippian mounds, beneath the woodland period deposits, beneath the archaic layers, the earliest Paleo-Indian presence on this terrace at the end of the last ice age, when the people who came here were hunting animals that no longer exist. 17,000 years of people finding this place worth coming back to. The reasons changed every few centuries. The location did not. The Creek people, who were removed from Georgia in the 1830s under the Indian Removal Act, carried the memory of this location with them to Oklahoma. Muskogee oral tradition maintained the connection, and in 2023, when Congress expanded the protected area and renamed it a National Historical Park, the Muskogee Nation was formally recognized as part of the story, not as a historical footnote, but as the living community, whose relationship with this location spans 1,000 years of documented history, and possibly much more. The Earth Lodge is still there. The bird effigy platform still faces the entrance. The Great Temple Mound still rises 55 feet above the Ocmulgee River Valley. The question of what was decided in the 3 seats of that underground chamber in 1000 AD is still without a complete answer, and the people whose ancestors built it, or may have built it, are still here. That is not a small thing.